Hi, this is Chris Garcia with MyTabletLife.com, and this is a review of the Archos 101 Internet Tablet. The Archos 101 is an Android tablet. It's a 10.1 inch tablet. Currently running Android 2.1. Android 2.2 is supposed to be out by November, the end of November. Archos is promising. However, they did say mid-October originally, so it's about a month and a half behind almost at this point. The Archos device has an ARM Cortex A8 processor running at 1 gigahertz, so it's the last generation as the A9's what's out there now, coming out at some of the devices. It's not a dual core like the ViewSonic G tablet. So it's a little behind in that, but the price is also $100 cheaper than the ViewSonic, and significantly cheaper than the Galaxy Tab. However, that is still an A8 on that device also. 256 megabyte of RAM. That's a little behind some of the newer devices also that have 512, and some that are coming out on the horizon that have 1 gigabyte. So hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. My Droid runs Android 2.2 just fine with only 256 megabytes of RAM, and that's only a 600 megabyte processor. So hopefully there shouldn't be much issues with that. Obviously not a long-term device as far as updating possibly to 2.3 or 3.0 of Android, but you never know. So let's also look at the device here. It's a 10.1 inch capacitive screen, like I said. It's a very thin and light device. I'll go into that a little more, but that's the first thing I noticed when I did the unboxing. Very thin. Here's the bottom of the device. Nothing on the bottom. Nothing on this side here. Nothing all on the top. And then this side you have all your ports. You have your volume rocker up or down. You have your little light telling you the device is on, and it flashes when it's plugged, or when it's ready to be charged, or sorry, when it's ready after done charging. Your power button, which is also your reset button. The power button's a little weird to press. It's not horrible or anything, but it's almost like you can't feel when you're pressing it. I wish that was a little nicer. Your headphones, full USB, mini USB, your mini SD card, sorry, micro SD card slot, your mini HDMI, and your AC adapter outlet. So that's all your ports on this one side of the device. On the front of the device you have your VGA camera. This camera is not for taking pictures, not for video. It's strictly just for using for video conferencing. Does not have the greatest of quality, so it's for video conferencing and maybe some augmented reality apps or whatever that come out down the line. And then your microphone port, on the back of the device. Here's the back. Looks like the battery will be user replaceable. Looks like you're able to take that out of there. Maybe I'm not 100% sure on that. You do have your speakers on both sides here. I will have to say right off the bat, some of the best speakers on the tablet that I've seen. Definitely better than the Samsung Galaxy Tab or the ViewSonic G tablet. Very happy with the sound quality. Archos is a media company, so I think they took some time into making sure that this device had some good sound quality. And then one of the great features of this device is the kickstand here. That's a nice little addition to have on a tablet for watching video, for using it even to type on. It makes things a little easier here because you can have that at this tilt like this and type on the keyboard. So that's really nice to have on the device. Obviously it's a Wi-Fi device. There is no 3G. It does support BGN for Wi-Fi. Also has Bluetooth, so you can tether with your phone that way also to use the internet. The 10.1 inch screen is 1024 by 600, so that's a little higher resolution than the 800 by 600 often found on tablets or Android phones, which that may cause some issues with some apps rendering correctly. Same issues we've had on the ViewSonic and on the Samsung. As for the viewing angles are pretty good on this device. Not as good as an iPad or the Samsung Galaxy Tab, but significantly better than the ViewSonic G tablet. That was one of my big complaints with that tablet, and ultimately why I think people may want to stay away from it. Even though it has the dual-core processor, the nicer memory, the viewing angles for a lot of people were very bothersome. They're not anywhere near as bad on this device, not as good as an iPad, like I said. You can actually use this device flat. You can still see the screen, which you could not on the ViewSonic. it's just like I said, just better all around as far as that goes. So people shouldn't be worried about the viewing angles. I still hear people complaining about the viewing angles online about this device, but I think it's pretty good. You also notice there's an accelerometer G sensor in the device when I moved it back and forth, so you can play your games on here, which is great. You know, it has the accelerometer. I've already tried Angry Birds on here, which also works great. Not that they use the accelerometer, but it does work great. Raging Thunder, you can race and use it as your steering wheel, so that's nice. Archos supports lots of video codecs. You know, they're known for being a media company, so you can even purchase more codecs to use on the device. So it has a lot of media capability. They have their own video and audio apps on here, which I really like. So that's nice. This is their photo app. Slide over, that's part of their video app there. Or no, that's right, that's their audio app, and then that's their video app, which they do include Buck Bunny already on the device to show off the video quality, which you said actually video quality is very good on the device. HD, pretty much mostly at 720p on the device itself. And I said the sound quality too makes it a great media device to have, using that kickstand to watch the video. Let's go over the UI a little bit. It is standard Android on here, Android 2.1 like I said currently. They did not have any sort of UI overlay on the device at all, so you don't have to worry about that slowing it down or anything. They do not have hardware buttons, they have software buttons for your typical Android buttons on the device. You will see search, home, settings, back. This does cause some mapping issues every once in a while on some apps because they are taking part of the screen. Hopefully maybe they'll fix that in the Android 2.2 update that's coming. They have already been working on fixes with this device. They've had 2 updates already, so I do feel like they're trying to make sure things work on this. And with the delay of 2.2, I would have to suspect that they're making sure it's right before they release it. But like I said, it's just your standard UI for Android, nothing fancy. Battery life is really nice on this device. They promise 36 hours of music, 7 hours of video, 10 hours of Wi-Fi web surfing. I've definitely used this device for 2 days, on and off through those 2 days, and not had to plug it in. Actually, I'm on my 3rd day. I didn't use it very much yesterday, but I'm still at 43% left on my 3rd day. So the battery life is really good on this. Screen is very responsive, like I said. Let's show you the web browser. It is Android 2.1 still, so you will not get Adobe Flash yet in the browser. So hopefully they get that update out soon, so we are comparative to the Samsung Galaxy Tab with having Android 2.2 and supporting full Adobe Flash. There's a look at the website on the page. It does move really smooth, so that's nice. It also, this device does support multi-touch, being a capacitive multi-touch screen, so you can go in and out with pinch to zoom, which is great. So very happy with the browser in this 2.1 state. Can't wait for the 2.2 browser because there's lots of speed improvements in that 2.2 browser. One of the other nice things that Archos has done, which we showed a video that Tim did on our website, is the HDMI out of Android itself. Typically devices that have had HDMI out only do video. This actually, you can do the whole Android UI, can be outed to your big screen TV, and you can even use it to play video games. So you can play Angry Birds or Raging Thunder or whatever your game may be on your big screen using this device as your gamepad kinda. Now the UI disappears off the screen and you just use it as like a big touchpad with a display on the screen. So that's pretty interesting, but it's a nice little feature to have in here. So Archos 101, very thin and light, very happy with the build quality. It's only 480 grams, it's 200 grams less than the iPad or the ViewSonic G tablet. It's a very light device, very thin at 12 millimeters, so very happy with that. It's $299 for the 8GB version, $349 for the 16GB version. They are available at archos.com. spotty. They seem to be available one day and not the other. None of the resellers have got them in stock yet. No, nothing at Amazon or Tiger Direct, so hopefully they get these soon, because it is a great device, and I hope we see them in Best Buy. They also have a 7-inch version, which 8GB, and a 250 gigabyte HD version for $275 for the 8GB, $349 for the 250. So those are devices to check out also. But otherwise, this is a very nice device, great at the $299 price for this 8GB version. Very happy with it, very responsive. There is no Google apps currently on it, so you don't get the Google Market out of the box. They include, Archos has their own called AppsLib. There is a way to get Google apps on here, so you can check that out, but it does come with your regular email, and there is a calendar program included, just not Google. So use Google to find that for yourself, because it's not so hard to get on here currently. So this has been the Archos 101 Internet Tablet, and I think it's a great buy for the price at $299. So this is Chris Garcia with MyTabletLife.com and the review of the Archos 101.